I am Metatron, Archangel and Lord of Light. And we honor each of you in a vector of unconditional love. Feel the energy of this space shifting as we bring in the energy of the divine. Feel the energy tingling up your arms, up your spine. And shift into a space above the ego, above the personality, above 3D. And allow our resonance of the angelic to envelop your field. Our presence manifests etherically in this space that you have so lovingly created, in this space that has involved each of your energies to upshift into a level of higher dimension. And take a moment of quiet as you hear our words to recognize that you are above what you term linear space-time. Move into a vector, into a resonance of timelessness, of spaceless space. And we move back symbolically speaking, to a time 2,000 years ago. Almost all of you were here. It was the time of Jeshua ben Joseph, Jesus the Christ. Almost all of you had roles on the earth at that time. And we tell you, masters, the time is not linear. What you did here some 2 millennia ago is still happening. Is still alive. Is still subject to free will. For a moment, see yourself walking with the avatar. Many of you came from so far to be here. Some of you do not quite understand the importance. But we assure you, you were not here by accident. The Christos drama is a hologramic insert that appears in many places in the time holograms of the omni-earth. The energy of the Christos, the energy of Christ, has never left this planet since it came. And many of you are part of a soul group that is present, albeit in varying roles. Each time there is a manifestation and a progression of this energy. And masters, we tell you, God knows no religion. God is love. prime creator is love. And love is a complex science. Love is a sacred vibration that is far more than the emotion you think of as love. Many of you, when you focus on love, feel the heart chakra vibrating. Feel yourself loft highward, upward. And you say to yourself, this is love. Masters, that is not love. That is the emotion. Love is a complex science that is the creative source of the universe. From the stance of the third dimension, only conditional love can be experienced. From the stance of the third dimension, only conditional light can be felt. Yet we tell you your essence, your true essence, is above the frequency of duality and polarity. And when you move higher to feel unconditional love, you expand into higher dimension, which contains not only your true source, but the source of unconditional love. And the manifestation of unconditional love is exemplified by the Christos avatar energy. Do you understand? The original message brought forth in the 12th Christos manifestation, which you think of as the first, was adjusted through the wisdom, to the intelligence of that time. And that time was a difficult time. Was a time in which some think of as a downward spiral. And in terms of the level of technology, the level of human advancement at that time, it did represent a downward spiral from what had been achieved in more accomplished ancient civilizations, some of which are speculated, some of which are known, some of which are unknown to you. When humankind, or that you think of as humankind, first entered the earth plane, pre-Garden of Eden, you entered in full consciousness. You entered in full light into a non-polarity sphere of the earth. You experienced life with total ability of manifestation, total ability of creation. Many of you experienced life through the existing life forms on the planet that you refer to as the elementals. In the animal kingdom, in the plant kingdom, in the kingdom of mineralogy, in the kingdom of water. And it is appropriate that many societies recognize these existing realms of life as the kingdom of the four-legged, as the kingdom of the winged, of the rock nation, of the water nation, of the star nation. Everything is alive. And your first experiences in physicality were before duality, in the time of the original firmament. And many of you still relate to kingdoms of fire, water, earth, and air. And the reason you do is you first experienced the earth plane in those realms. How could it have been otherwise? Many of you relate to the Devic kingdom, to the kingdom of Fae, in a beautiful way because you, in pre-time, experienced it. The joy, the love, in all of the expressions that you think of as the sacred dragon, that you think of as the mermaid. All were those expressions. And as you blended in animalistic biology, the worlds that you think of as the mythological Greek phases of the centaur, the minotaur, were actual expressions of the emergence of your undiluted consciousness with that of the biologies available. And therein came the lock into physicality. Because before that time, you had the ability to manifest and demanifest, to be here and not be here. All in thought, all in divine thought. There was no separation at that time of your sparks of divinity. And how is that, you may ask? It is so because physical reality is the exception and not the rule. The angelic kingdom is not part of the physical matrix. The divine kingdom creates the physical, but it is the exception and not the rule. And some of you may think in biblical terms of the downward spiral, in Atlantean terms as the downward spiral, as a fall of mankind, and that is not the appropriate terminology. Mankind did not spiral down. Mankind entered physicality through a choice, through the goal of mastering a realm that even your academics of today recognize as only 4% of the cosmos. Your science is elevating. 95 to 96%, according to your academics, of the universe is dark, stealth energy. Antimatter. The other side of the veil. And you enter into physicality as an exception, but it is a different environment. And it became through divine credence, not through downward spiral, but through divine credence, a university of duality, a university of choice. Dear ones, I am Metatron of the angelic realm. And we are messengers of light, and we are part of your family. And what differentiates us what differentiates the angelic from the human is that we transmutate into physical through thought vibration. We are family. We do not judge you. We are here to support you by divine credence. We are family reaching a hand out. We honor you. We recognize that you have entered, through choice, the University of Duality to learn responsible creation. Because, Masters, you are divine. And in the University of Duality, in the University of Polarity, in the physical 3D realm, there are opposites that do not exist on the other side. You have free choice. As angelic beings, we have divine mandate. We do not have free will. We have divine will. In the realm of the angelic, there is not the choice to do evil. There is no such thing as a fallen angel. It is a misconception. There are angelic beings that might be otherwise termed as laws of physics to hold those in place. And in the physical realm, there is an angelic construct to hold duality in place. And it is not a fallen angel. And in the physical realm, there is the choice between what you think of as good and evil to learn responsible creations. To learn responsible choice. Because there is a doctor, as we have said many times in physicality, called cause and effect. And this doctor makes house calls. And you will learn one way or the other. And you will evolve through each lesson. And as your soul group advances, the path becomes a little bit more difficult. It is not black and white. It is not good and evil. Sometimes the choice is between power and love. Sometimes you evolve to a certain space, to a certain place. And this becomes more complex. Because mastery, final mastery, involves balance. You are in a place that is very powerful. One of the most powerful portals umbilical on the earth. And it is a place in conflict. Zealotry, Masters, is not the way. Zealotry is not the path. You cannot see your mission as the only mission and use it to the detriment of the others. There must be the balance. There must be the compromise to the middle path. Whether Islamic, whether Christian, whether Judaic, whether Buddhist. Masters, the angelic kingdom is present to all humans. The my way or no way can no longer serve on the new earth. There is the middle path of balance. And we tell you the place that you are in now must have balance. There cannot be the Armageddon, and we tell you there will not be the Armageddon. Everything on this probable reality is moving toward the ascension of humanity. And 2012 was about the change of the matrix, not about the ascension of humanity. Look around you. Has humanity ascended? What has changed is the matrix has changed. You can reach into higher dimensions. You can rise above 3D. You can grasp unconditional love that exists from 5D to 12. Unconditional love is available to you. Coherent light is available to you. Your sun is shifting from conditional light to unconditional light. But it is received in higher dimension. And there are many necessities for you to grasp as you come to the more complex turns in the road. Zealotry will not serve you, masters. Ego imbalance cannot serve you. And it is easy to become obsessed as you feel the light. And there is no judgment. We do not judge you. All of you ascend. The path must be one of love, one of purity, one of consideration of others, one of agreement. Not to compromise, but to find the way of the cubic in mass. But we tell you, masters, ascension occurs one heart at a time. One heart at a time. And it is that way that the numbers grow. And you see in this powerful place some of the original energies that have existed since the beginning of what you term as time. Each of the places that you visited, although the trip was hard, although the linear time may have seemed short, although it taxed your physical abilities, although some of you became emotionally raw, there was purpose in each of the places you visited to recode the original message of the Christos from that time you consider the first entry. For that message, masters, was altered to fit the energy of the time. And you are now in a higher level of intelligence. The message, dear ones, is that you are the children of God. That you are co-creators of the universe, of the cosmos, of the all that is. And this may offend some of you. But masters, you do not need forgiveness. You are part of the original source of love. The time for control and fear is past. The time of fairy tales and fables has passed. You have to recognize your divinity. You have to recognize the true message of the Christos, the true message of prime cause, of the divine gestalt. And that is that you are co-creators, and that what you focus is manifest into your reality. Your first responsibility is to self. That is the reason you are here. The divine reason. And there are many nuances of love. As we have told you before, when humanity replaces the love of power with the power of love, a quantum leap will be achieved, and we will repeat that. When humanity replaces the love of power with the power of love, a quantum leap will be achieved. But we add this caveat. And listen carefully. Love without strength is incomplete. Love without strength is incomplete. For dear ones, it takes strength to master duality. It takes strength to understand the true nature of the path that you have chosen. Life is challenging, masters, and that is a great truth. Life can be difficult on the earth plane, and that is a great truth. Life is full of challenges. But these are challenges that you and higher self have scripted on your path. And it is only through facing these challenges that you are able to transcend them. And your greatest growth often occurs when you are in a state of discomfort. Your greatest expansion often occurs when you are in a gilded cage of your own construct and you must find a way out. And it seems real. It has to feel real for you to grow. But it is a purposed illusion. It is a purposed illusion that you scripted, that you have written. There is no one religion that carries the full truth. It is love, it is spirituality that is the basis of higher truth, that was the original and remains the omnipotent message of the Christos. What occurred here 2 millennia ago was the 12th physical embodiment. And there will be a correlation to the 2038 return to this. But it will be with the original message that was altered, that was adjusted to fit the mentality of the time and was further altered to allow political control. And that will not be the message in the return. That will not be the message. The message will be that you are divine, powerful spiritual beings, that you are part of God. And what you believe through your experience is what you create. Thought attracts like thought. That is the law of attraction. Through your efforts, through your conundrums, through your challenges, you become masters. You walk through the crucible. And when you face a challenge, you can't wish it away through the facade of positive thinking. You must transcend it through meeting it and dealing with it. And very often, masters, when you get further along the path, you must be careful to avoid spiritual ego, spiritual self-aggrandizement that leads to the zealotry that my mission takes precedent over anything. You must find the balance. There are pit holes along the path of ego. There are pit holes along the path of rose-colored glasses, of becoming so imbalanced into the higher energy that you don't keep your feet in the lower 3 dimensions. Masters, in the physical plane, dimensions 1, 2, and 3 are just as important as 4 through 12. Because if your feet are not firmly grounded into the earth dimensions of duality, you lose your balance. And whether you recognize it or not, all of you are here in a group energy. And although the ascension occurs one at a time, in the higher planes you are plurality consciousness. And your religious text reinforce that. So, masters, we will end by telling you that you are well on your path. And that you are a special group. And there has been the questions, what are the codes and how are we code carriers? Masters, sacred geometry is the fabric of the cosmos. The atomic structures of your physical bodies are platonic solids or derivatives of platonic solids. And if you don't know what platonic solids are, ask the channel after we complete. Geometry has energy. All original thought is geometric. Light is geometric. Divine thought is geometric. And masters, thought creates light. Thought is faster than light. And you think of light as traveling at 186,000 miles per second, and we tell you thought travels in speeds beyond your imagination in the infinite. It is. What you have done in receiving codes is that the codes are upshifting. This is a powerful umbilical, a powerful navel of the planet, and this is the place where the Christos avatar entered 2 millennia ago and will return and will disseminate the globe. And you are here because you will anchor to yourself what is given in this site. You are not here to align these sites. You are not here to adjust these sites. You are here to calibrate what they offer you within yourself. And that is an important role. And many of you are grid workers that carry the energy of every coded site that you have visited on the plane in order to create that emulsion, to blend them, to connect the dots. Each site has a unique frequency, a unique matrix that can only be reached above the third dimension. You look at this area and you feel the hatred, you feel the conflict. You see cars, you see commerce. Dear ones, the matrix of the Temple Mount does not exist in 3D. The matrix of Sedona does not exist in 3D. And it is so in other sacred sites. It exists from the fifth dimension and above. And when you loft your vibration into that frequency, then you receive the codes that are there. Then you receive the incredible messages of light. The incredible messages of light. And you are receiving these here. You are a portion of many waysayers who will be drawn here over the next 24 years to receive that energy of the Christos, of that original message, one not of guilt, one not of original sin, but one of glory, one of greatness, one of light, of the co-creation. Because that 4% of the cosmos you think of as the physical realm can be mastered. And dear ones, the universe, the cosmos, the all that is always expanding. And what you gain here is extraordinary. What you gain here adds to the glory of that you call God. And as we have said, and as we will repeat, In closing, when you rise into higher dimension, as your light quotient increases, as you carry the energies of each of these sacred sites and each of these codes, you loft higher. And there is a work involved. And as you rise higher, the blue turns to black, and the black turns to white. And you will look down, and you will see that there was a reason for everything. I am Metatron, and I share with you these truths. You are beloved. Please tone the arm. Thank you. So I'm being asked to, does anyone have any questions?